Good morning, brothers and sisters. Today we carry on with our Hoondokhae, chapter 5. Um, Humankind needs true parents. Section 3. The ultimate purpose of human history is the manifestation of true parents, foundation for the Messiah. True, true parents' words. Salvations Salvation means returning to one's original state. Then there should be some standard that determines what it means to be restored to one's original state. What is that standard? Humanity is made up of both man and woman. Therefore, the first standard of resurrection is not only to become a son or daughter of God, but also, after going through the role of a child, to form a husband-wife relationship and become true parents so that we can establish a new lineage. This is the purpose for which God created us and the standard for which our history can begin anew. Therefore, the problem is not one nation, people, or tribe. The problem is also not a specific son or daughter. The problem is that we absolutely need true parents. The greatest problem for God is to find and establish the true parents who are the manifestation of God in the flesh. The greatest problem and purpose for humanity is how to meet the true parents whom God established. True parents represent the greatest hope and the greatest foundation of victory in history. As they are the center point of hope in history, all people must seek them. The place of historical hope is neither a nation nor the world. Outwardly, it may appear to be a nation or the world, but we cannot solve the external world's problem by working through the external world alone. The purpose of God's providence is to save the world, and to do so, He must send good parents to the earth to create a perfect foundation. Without that foundation, there is no way to create a perfect nation or to save the world. Therefore, the overall hope of history is neither a nation nor the world, it is through parents. What is the purpose of the second advent? It is the coming of the true parents. The returning Lord and His bride are the true parents. The Messiah means the true parents who are the final destination of human history. One united world can come about only when all people who are wandering about like orphans without a nation come to the true parents. That is how the world becomes one home. In this world of true parents, there is no devil. This is the viewpoint of the principle. When the true parents appear, Satan ultimately will have to withdraw. God wants the true parents to appear on earth and defeat Satan. God wants to lay that foundation. Sharing thoughts. What is the ultimate purpose of human history? To this question, the words in the main text give us the simplest and yet most profound answer. We need true parents who are absolutely necessary to humanity and through whom Heavenly Parent can be manifested in the flesh. In the long course of history, an uncountable number of people have been born and have died. Innumerable tribes, people, and nations have risen and perished, and countless religions have come into existence and disappeared. What is the reason and purpose for this continued struggle in human history? The process of history is not a meaningless product of coincidence. The core purpose and direction that pierce the very center of history have definitely existed. This is because there was the will of Heavenly Parent who wished for manifestation of true parents. The sorrowful will of Heavenly Parent to restore humanity through the appearance of true parents have been incorporated in all of human history. The parable of vineyard owner and tenant farmers in the Bible clearly illustrates this point to us. A landowner planted a vineyard with which with much care and leased it to tenant farmers. One day he sent his slave to collect some of the fruit harvest in the vineyard. However, the farmer beat him, insulted him, and sent him back. The owner sent another slave, but the farmers killed him. Lastly, the owner sent his beloved son, but the farmer murdered that son in their greed to own the vineyard as their own. This is truly an unbelievable story. However, it is actually an account of the sad detail of the providence of restoration. The owner in the parable refers to the Heavenly Parent, his slave, the prophets, his son, Jesus, and the tenant farmers, fallen humanity. To save fallen humanity, Heavenly Parent sent many prophets and even his own son, but the result was horrendous. Humankind did not follow Heavenly Parent's will and instead severely persecuted and oppressed the prophets again and again. As can be seen, Heavenly Parent has had to make many sacrifices in the course of the province of restoration. However, he never gave up his will, even when humanity repeated actions like those of the farmers. He clutched his anguished heart and never gave up his will to save humanity. And in the end, he found the path by which he could send his son and daughter, who could become the true parents of humanity. We need to realize that these stories of the sorrowful heart of Heavenly Parent have continued incessantly throughout human history until the appearance of true parents. Those of us living today must never repeat the mistake committed by the farmers. Engrave these words deep in your heart. True parents are the greatest banks of hope in human history. True parents have finally appeared, and we need to become people and form families who can attend them with all our hearts. Points of contemplation. Human history is the providence of salvation and the providence of restoration. Let us contemplate together what the appearance of true parents who have come to restore fallen humanity means to us. And two heavenly parents sent the true parents to save humankind. How should we attend and follow our true parents? Wow, this is so beautiful Hoondokhae because it's pointing out very clear about true parents, their position, their mission, and the fact that humankind have not chance to reach happiness and goodness without God, without true parents. Already Jesus Christ was killed 2000 years ago. And even now, it's very hard for some people to accept the fact that Jewish people, they did not fulfill their responsibility. Yet we see that they killed Jesus, and then after they paid for 2000 years. They had no nation. They were scattered all over the world. And do not forget about the fact that during the Second World War, over 6 million of Israelites was killed by Nazi, you know. So true parents, it's what God wanted to establish from beginning. Adam and Eve were supposed to become true parents of humanity. But unfortunately, they fall on a path of destruction, and they brought destruction over all human beings by putting all the entire world under Satan's dominion. And as Jesus Christ said 2000 years ago, he was very clear in pointing out this. He said, you come from your father, the devil or the serpent, you proof of a serpent. You are here to do your father will. What mean that? You proof of that you're serpents and you are same like your father, Satan, who was the serpent, and you want to do your father will. He pointed out many things, yet people did not understand him. He brought such an incredible truth that God is not our master, but God is our Father, and our mother. It's our heavenly parent. You know? People did not welcome Jesus Christ, but he always talked about the second coming and about the bride, you know. And many people say that the bride is the church, but actually Jesus was supposed to make a family of his own. As the second advent of Adam, and we see in the Bible that he was pointed in some parts as Adam, second Adam. That means there was supposed to be a second Eve too, but this union never took place, you know. And our victory and over the over humanity was through Jesus that resurrected, you know, and through his resurrection he brought us salvation, opened a path for people to prepare for second advent. This was his last words. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. People did not understood. But finally, second advent was coming back. And we have witnessed through parents. And they are here on earth and bring an incredible teaching that it's really bring clarity. As Jesus Christ said 2000 years ago, I have many things to say to you, but you cannot bear it. You cannot understand, you know. But when I will come again, when the second coming will come, I will talk plainly about Father. I will talk directly about God. I will tell you all the secrets of heaven. Think about what kind of people Jesus had around him. He was talking through parables, like he say small story to the small children, you know. We have seen that the fact that Adam and Eve fall in the Garden of Eden was such an incredible sin. And this sin was covered and never exposed, that they have fornication, that they have a sexual sin with Satan, and through that they receive the blood lineage of Satan. That's why all the descendants of Adam and Eve, instead of being the descendants coming from the lineage, blood lineage of God, was coming from the blood lineage of Satan. That's why Jesus Christ pointing out very clear, you come from your father, the Satan, the devil, because you come from a different lineage. You don't come from the lineage of God. And true parents brought an incredible truth to us to unlock all these secrets and bring clarity over us, to understand the pattern of history of restoration and how much God strives to restore us and never give up on us. God never give up on humanity and never give up on his children. Even though we totally deny God, God can never deny us. And true parents make incredible sacrifices to open a path of victory in front of heaven. Through the holy marriage blessing, true parents are changing the blood lineage. Through a certain pattern given by heaven, they are restoring people back to the original position of children of God. We should attend and praise our beloved parents every single moment of our life, because without them there is no hope on this earth. There is no hope even in the spiritual world. There is no hope for nobody. That's why we should attend and serve as the Most High, as the Most Holy. Dear brother and sister, I will start my Hoondokhae here. Thank you for attending today, Hoondokhae. I sincerely wish you a great day and a blessed day. See you soon. Bye.